Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm Paradoxic, and welcome back to My Hero Academia. At long last, it's been a while, but at long last I'm finally back. Not very long to go, I think. A couple more episodes, like 2 to 3 more episodes left of this season, and then that'll be season 1 over and done with. It's been a great ride so far, but now we're on to episode 10 of season 1, titled Encounter with the Unknown. Last time we had an episode with Ida, very, very Ida-centric. Ida was not fighting to be class rep himself, but he was fighting for like a just and fair system wherein they decided who was going to be the next class rep, and then it was Momo and what's his name, the main guy, Izuku. That's it. It was Momo and Izuku actually got voted in, and then Izuku, upon seeing how well Tenya rallied all the students together when the school was attacked and everything, he voted that he said that Tenya should be the class rep, and he's the one. I think especially behavior wise, he's the one with the cleanest and most like orderly kind of attitude. He's definitely got the kind of mentality that class rep should have. So he was very clear from the beginning to be ideal class rep material, so he was voted in, so that was cool. We had villains attacking rescue training at the very, very end. The students were all taken to a different arena where they could practice rescue situations and scenarios like that, and then the villains all decided to attack when All Might wasn't there. All Might was wiped out from an earlier hostage situation in the city. So we have 13, I believe her name is. We have 13, whose power is making black holes and stuff, and we also have Shoto Aizawa. We also have him. So I'm hoping the two of them is going to be enough to actually stop a whole group of villains. But I would not be surprised if the students decide to interject at some point. I would not be surprised if the students decide to jump in. And especially if it's like someone's personal kind of decision, like Bakugo's or Todoroki's or someone else's kind of decision, like the teachers can't handle them by themselves, so we need to jump in and help them, and it's going to be like a whole team effort like that. But I don't know how well that might go. But yeah, we'll see how things go. But that is pretty much all I've got from the last one. So episode 10, Encounter with the Unknown. Let's go. Let's jump in.
They're fools for trespassing here. But they've thought this out. Whatever their plan, they must have a concrete objective in mind. But what is it?
Take out the biggest hero there. The biggest hero
13.
possible.
Get them out of here. Then they might be jamming our regular
they're far away.
too.
Oh, I didn't notice that. They're
Try
actually
using
kind of
your
far
cloak
away.
to contact the school. I'll leave it to you, 13.
Oh, 13. Just set up like a massive black hole, so he nullifies them, then she sucks them in. Tag teaming. There we go, unleash those red eyes, yeah. No quirks for you. No quirks for you.
Yeah, you're right. But a villain like you is only dangerous if you can reach me.
Yeah, put some distance in.
Measures to make sure that never happens.
Yeah, put some distance in. There we go.
Now which one of you gutter punks is next?
He's a tactician. He's a well-trained tactician.
It's a pleasure to meet you. We are the League of Villains.
The League of
I know
Villains.
it's impolite. I still have a role to
Oh. Oh, Bakugo and the other guy. Did that work?
I'll scatter you across this facility to meet my comrades.
Oh, damn.
What is this?
He's just engulfing them in darkness. Oh, crap. Oh, yep, just a dome of darkness. A dome of darkness. Oh. So you can suck them up from one place and throw them out in another? Oh, nice one. Nice one. Nice one. Oh, the shipwreck zone. Suyu Azui.
Otherwise, we might not survive long enough to see All Might again. And even if he does show up, who knows if he'll make it out.
Okay, that's not helping. None of that is helping. None of that is helping.
No, the bros are gonna save us, right?
But why him out of all the heroes? Because his very existence discourages villains and evil? Because he's the one and only symbol of peace and justice?
He's the biggest challenge. He's the most powerful. Arguably the most powerful.
Actually, It doesn't matter.
Young man, you too can be.
And you have his power now too.
Fanboy!
This is up to us. Let's be heroes.
Damn, he's taking charge. He's taking charge. Oh, this is Todoroki, right? This has to be Todoroki.
Aren't you embarrassed to lose
That's
to a
like
child?
so.
For God's sake, you're adults. Put up a real fight.
But you got the collapse zone. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Momo, mountain zone. Okay, yep, they're all scattered. They're all scattered. I trust the kids have got this. I trust the kids have got this. Yeah, 2 of them won't be enough. They need to be a team.
Hello, Nezu, sir.
That's me. The one who could be a mouse or a dog or a bear, though the only important thing is... I'm the principal!
This is the
Your
principal.
servant's especially well-groomed
This
and
is the
classy today,
principal.
sir.
The secret is keratin.
A
I'm not
mouse
sure that
dog
humans can
with a
get
scar.
This kind of lustrous shine. Only now your heroism must be limited due to your injury.
Mm.
Plus, you've also got the added work of training one for all successor. You insist on remaining the symbol of peace, and the only way you can justify staying out of the spotlight is by teaching. That's why I gave you this job. Oh dear, you're smoking. That can't be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, he's transforming back.
Even if you went now, you'd have to return almost right away. So you might as well stick around and listen to some of my teaching philosophies. They could prove
Great.
to be
This
useful.
is turning into a lecture.
Yep, the teacher being lectured by the principal. That's
drink
always
up.
fun.
Use your quirk to save others. Be a real hero.
Help protect your classmates.
I can help you out. Just like I did when I fooded you in the cafeteria.
Mhm.
Okay? No prob. Please,
Great.
class rep,
Just go
do it.
blasting out the side window. Yeah. You got this, Ida. There we go. Unleash those calves.
If this is
Unleash
your
those
job,
speedy
are you
calves.
really foolish enough to strategize in front of your enemy?
Oh, there we go. There we go. Suck in that darkness. There we go. Suck it all in. Uh-huh.
But why does it matter that she's here?
Yeah, okay, right.
Because
It
she has
means the
frog
villains
powers,
probably
yeah.
have no idea what our quirks are.
Yeah.
If they knew I was a frog, they would have sent me into that fire zone over there instead of somewhere full of water.
Yeah.
We can use that to our advantage. They don't know
So
what our
that's where
quirks
their
are.
research
So for all
stopped.
they know,
When and where
the
to
three
be,
of
but
us
not
could
who
be
they were
super
fighting.
powerful.
Obviously, I can jump high and cling to pretty much any wall. And of course, there's my tongue. I can stick it out about 20 meters.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and I can spit out my stomach so I can clean it. That's not really useful.
Ah.
Finally, I also secrete a toxic mucus. It just stings a bit.
Well, that would be useful. Yeah, just spray them all with the
We can
mucus.
probably only use my jumping and my tongue here. Forget about the last things.
I figured
No, the
you were
mucus would be
powerful, but
useful. You know,
that's
just spray them
crazy.
all in the face with
I'm
toxic
strong,
mucus.
but it comes at a price.
I've got these sticky balls. Their strength varies. Depending on how I'm feeling, they might stick to something a whole day. They grow back
Okay.
as fast as I can pull them off. But
Okay.
I'll bleed if I use too many.
Ah.
Oh, and they don't stick to me. I just bounce right off them.
Ah.
Don't look at me like that. This is why I said we should wait for the real heroes. My quirk is totally unfit for battle and we're gonna
You have an incredible power.
I was hoping they were bombs at least. Oh, they stick to things and they're sticky bombs. But no, they're just they're just balls that stick to walls. Balls to the wall.
That's a great power. Now the ship's sinking.
Oh jeez. Oh god. No, this. Oh no, she's very, very upset.
Your quirk?
We can't judge them by how old they are, but by their quirks. They could do anything.
Yeah, it's a
Of course, we'll
good thing you don't know what their
definitely
quirks
have
are.
an advantage in the water, so I'm not exactly worried for us.
Oh, he has water quirks too.
Come on.
Huh.
Cops on one.
So could they also have chosen environments where they have an advantage, where they can fight well?
Remember the image of the egg not exploding?
Yeah, just the tip, just the tip. Yep, just the tip of your hand.
Netta,
Even though he's shaking, he's still going through with it.
Yeah. Because that's what heroes do. There we go. Boom. Oh, flicking it, all going into the water, flicking it. There we go. That was smart. That was very smart. Oh, sure, there's. Yes, now let's go, let's go, let's go. There we go. Yeah, oh, swinging him round. Oh, his finger's all wobbly, it's all wobbly. It's all, yeah, geez. Yeah, take a sticky ball.
What's going on? I'm getting
I really wish they were bombs. I really wish they were bombs. Oh yeah. They're efficient. Yeah, that got him. That got him. Sticky balls and applicable for one. Yeah.
You guys are amazing. Both of you.
Oh, is she crying blood?
I guess we passed the shipwreck.
That was like a red streak going down her face. Was she crying blood? That is really cool artwork. Oh, that's the end? Oh. That was super quick. Yeah, that was super quick. That was a lot shorter than I expected. I thought we'd see everyone fighting. I thought we'd see everyone fighting, but I don't know. Maybe it would be. Yeah. No. I mean. Yeah. I thought we'd actually get to see everyone executing that idea, but then they're not all together. So I think maybe the others might come up with a different strategy. Maybe that's why it is with this one. I mean, they were spread out all there's all different groups. There's all different groups. They're all spread out completely all over the arena. So I don't imagine it will take one episode per battle, but I think the next couple of episodes at most should be what it takes to actually see them. But then, or maybe just it's like a 2-part, and then the next one will actually see maybe All Might showing up as well at the end, and also the students actually fighting together and seeing what's happening. But yeah, no, that was actually a lot shorter than I expected it to be. But it was cool. It was cool. Yeah, I think. It was actually I think that might be it then, like because they're all separated and they're all in different arenas and they're all in completely different places, that different groups might come up with different strategies, or they might come up with different strategies, or they might come to the same conclusion in different ways. So yeah, but yeah, I think this one was cool. I think and especially because I think in this one, the focus being on Izuku being the one who. He's the one with the newest kind of quirk. He's the one who's very, very untrained in this particular place. Like most of the other students have experience with their quirks. They know how to use them in combat. They know how to use them in battle. They don't have to worry about any massive backlash. So focusing at first on those who on a team of people with very, very kind of not unbalanced, but mixed mindsets. Like Izuku is being strategic as all hell. He's being strategic as all hell. Our Sue is just kind of questioning. It's just like kind of being strategic too, but also questioning how they can use their powers to actually achieve all of this. And then the other one, I forgot their name. The one with the ball throwing, they're just completely just mortified by all of this. They're just just waiting for the actual UA professionals to pop in and help them out. But we saw that isn't happening. We saw Shota was kind of overwhelmed in his own way. He was kind of neutral. I mean, he was a tactician from the beginning. He knew how to actually he knew what to do even when he couldn't use his powers. He knew what to do when not using his powers. So he knew just most of the stuff that he could and couldn't do. 13 was doing her own thing. She was actually sucking in the darkness from the other dark person that was there, so that was cool. Just seeing all of them in action and seeing that kind of that fading, like all the different fading shots of all the teams in different places, like people in fiery places, people in collapsed buildings, and people in Izuku and his team in the shipwreck area, and everyone else being everywhere else. That was the villain's plan. Go grab them all up and then shoot them into all different disaster arenas and see how they actually fare. So yeah, the plan that they outlined very clearly was to actually they were hoping to catch All Might there. So. Yeah, so the last one was a distraction for All Might, but it wasn't something that was planned. They didn't mean to actually push All Might out of the game. They wanted him at the USJ, but he wasn't there because he was actually too busy helping other people with their own little crime situation. So he was then back at the UA at the school with the principal. We finally met the principal, one of All Might's close friends, who knows about his injury and his All Might, inheritance kind of transference abilities. So the principal is to me, he looks like the mixture of like a mix between a mouse and a dog, like something between the lines. I think, oh my, no, I think it was a principal. It was a principal that mentioned that like sometimes I look like a mouse, sometimes I look like a dog, sometimes I look like a bear. And to me, at first glance, it was to me at first glance, it was like a mix between a mouse and a dog with like a scar along his eye. And he's as small as a mouse. He's as small as a mouse. He actually has to climb up onto the sofa and sit down like a child would. So he's a rather small principal, but undoubtedly, if they're just as efficient of a principal. Well, that's questionable, based on what happened in the last episode. But still, he's the principal and he knows. So he is giving All Might a lovely lecture on heroism and when to do it and when not to do it. So that's cool. But yeah, so the League of Villains. So we had them. A big wave of villains, all different quirks and all different powers. So yeah, they kind of strategized this attack. They strategized this attack and they kind of studied where to go and when to go and how to get into the school to get information and all that different stuff. So they knew what they were doing, but not so much like how they were fighting. I mean, at the end, we saw that one villain who was in the water who had water abilities himself. So I think it was like a mixture of them not knowing the students' quirks, but them also having their own quirks that they believed would aid them in those particular environments. So then there'd be one guy maybe who could turn to fire or emit flames or something. So I think they chose the environments that way. Something that they knew they didn't know the students' quirks that they were fighting against, but they knew that it would probably advantage them in some way. So yeah, so that's why I assumed this would be one big episode with all the students fighting, but now I think in this episode it's just I think it might work better because this episode actually takes the time to establish that the students are not fully prepared to face actual proper professional villains like this. So one episode to kind of establish how the students think, like how Izuku thinks and how he shares that strategy and how he co-opts like everyone's different abilities and tries to mold them into one team-based attack is actually really cool and actually smart thinking on their side and everything. So yeah, so it's like a team-based combat situation within a rescue arena. So it's very much a turn of the tables that I'm looking forward to seeing more of. So next episode, I think we should see like a combination of different battles and different strategies being put into place, and all the students teaming up to actually take on the villains. But yeah, this was cool. This was really cool. So Asui is her quirk is being a frog, so she has like a 20-meter long tongue. And she can climb up surfaces, and she can jump really high. And she can like spit out toxic mucus that really stings people. So that one it sounds really efficient. It could have helped actually, fire some mucus at them before Izuku went and flicked out his awful one, and his fingers turned all bendy. Like they bent in ways their fingers shouldn't bend unless they're extremely injured, which in this context they were. So that was that, and then of course the other student has just sticky balls. They have sticky balls on their head that they just they can throw out and stuff. And I think they said that it's the strength and stickiness of the balls depends on the mood she's in. Depends on her state at the time. So I think maybe if she's more upset, I mean, it would make more sense that if like when she's upset, it would be less sticky and less strong. Like it would just kind of fall apart like she is. But then when she's actually angry and determined and powerful, it's like hard and sticky, and it's like she can actually use it as like an actual offensive weapon and stuff. But it worked anyway. Like when Sue was carrying her in the air and she would just start throwing her balls and stuff, it stuck to the villains. It clambered them all together. So I think the balls can actually stick together too. So it worked. So like the flick in the water created like a whirlpool, and then they started actually throwing the balls everywhere, and it started actually gathering all the villains together inside the whirlpool, and then it took them out. So smart. That little concept art piece at the end is a really cool shot. But yeah, so I think we'll be seeing the rest of the students' strategies and the rest of the battles in the next one, and seeing what kind of lecture the principal gives to All Might. But yeah, I think All Might he clocked it early on that he tried to call 13 and Aizawa, but neither of them were responding. So I think I mean, as a hero, it's questionable whether or not you should jump to conclusions like danger or something. I mean, like they were teaching a class, so it is logical for him to assume that oh, it must be because they're teaching, so they don't want any interruptions. But then at the same time, it's like I don't know why he didn't mention it to the principal. I mean, we might see in the next episode, but I was just curious, why he didn't mention it to the principal, because then the principal would have been like, oh, either you rest up here and then go, or he'll give word out to one of the other teachers, because I refuse to believe that there's only 3 teachers as a whole in this one school, like 13 and Aizawa and All Might as well. I refuse to believe there's only 3 teachers in a school with this many students, but we'll see. But yeah, I think that would have been a better thing. At least mention it to the principal, and then he'll actually decide what to do from then on. Like actually go over there and make sure everything's okay, or maybe he might jump to the same conclusion too. Like, oh well, they're teachers and they're teaching in the middle of class, so they don't want to have to answer any phone calls. But we'll see. We shall see. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't really write a whole lot down in this episode. It didn't feel very, very too noteworthy, just very, very kind of observational and stuff, so it was cool. It was cool nonetheless. I look forward to seeing what the next episode is like. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got from this one. So that was My Hero Academia, Season 1, Episode 10, titled Encounter with the Unknown. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, then salt and burn that like button. Comment on what you thought of the episode and what you think is coming up next time on My Hero Academia. The uncut reaction, for those of you who want it, will be up on Patreon, so you can go check that out there. And yeah, that's it. So, I will see you guys next time.